Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. Definitely subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning into the flashlights, the premieres of my videos such as this, etc., etc. Just a quick mention. Been absent for a minute, just busy in life, school's back, finishing my degree and things of that nature. Just been really busy, that's all it is, but blessed and highly favored as always, so salute to you, family. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Those who checked in on me and things of that nature, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much, man. I want to talk about, how it is, man. I want to talk about Blair the Flair Cobbs. Woo! I want to talk a little bit about him. I want to talk about, Berlanga, you know what it is, man. They fought over the weekend. I want to focus more than anything on those two fights. It's interesting because over the weekend, it was more like a prospect weekend. These contenders, prospects, whatever you want to call them. These young fighters, pro fighters that are coming up. Climbing up the ladder. In their respective divisions, such as you got Blair Cobbs. He's in the welterweight division, if I remember correctly, right? You got Edgar Berlanga. He's at 168, climbing up slowly but sure. They're I don't remember when the last time Cobbs fought, but we're gonna get to him in a moment. Let's get right to this, man. I want to talk about Berlanga. He fought Rolls, right? Remember Rolls fought Triple G. Who the heck knows how long ago that was? That was a long time ago, but they fought some time ago. Rolls and Triple G. Triple G knocked out Rolls, if I remember correctly. Coming in this fight, I personally thought that, Berlanga was going to do something similar to like what Triple G did to Rolls, but it was not that at all, It was not that at all. So, this is like my general thing on Berlanga, hard hitter, things of that nature. He really needs to learn how to box more, He really does need to use the jab more, a little bit more of the footwork, Mix it up with those combos. I say that constantly with certain fighters, but in particular with Berlanga, I really do think he has to do that. He really does, man. Like, I know a lot of people got their eye on Berlanga. I know that, Top Rank, everybody knows the story with Top Rank, when it comes to how they, promote the, the prospects, those that are coming up, they do quite well when it comes to promoting, but sometimes they kind of do it over, they do it a little bit too much, And I think that we're kind of seeing that slowly but surely with Berlanga. I'm not saying he's not good. He's a pretty good fighter, but he has more things to work on. He definitely does. He has a lot more to work on because when he fights those boxers, remember, let's go back just a little bit, just a tad. I don't remember when the last fight Berlanga's fought. He fought like this Nicholson guy. I think his name was Nicholson or something. Correct me if I'm wrong there in the chat, those who are tuning in live and things of that nature. But I think his name was Nicholson or Nichols, whatever dude's name is. He was more of a boxer type, I think Berlanga, he knocked that guy down 4 times or something like that throughout the fight. This guy kept getting back up, and boxing, doing his job, and Berlanga seemed like, yeah, he won quite convincingly, obviously, but what I'm trying to say here is that Berlanga has trouble with boxers. We saw that against Rolls also, Berlanga's performance, you can even tell, man. You go to the post-fight reaction. Sorry, I always say post-fight reaction. The post-fight interview, what have you, right after the fight, the reporter guy comes up to Berlanga and says how he felt, how he felt, how he performed, blah, blah, blah. You can tell by Berlanga's reaction, the tone of his voice, just how he talked. Body, he didn't seem so excited. He did not seem so excited. He was kind of talking along the lines of, well, I got the win, that's the important part, but, he needs to grow more. He knows it. This kind of reminds me of, Shakur Stevenson fighting against that Nakatali, however you pronounce that guy's name. When he fought him, Shakur knew in himself that he should have done more. Shakur knew, he even admitted it, and he received backlash from community, fight fans out there. Whether they're Shakur fans or not, whatever, just fight fans, right? There was a lot of backlash on Shakur Stevenson in that fight, in his performance against Nakatili. And Shakur knew it. He knew it. And he felt in himself that he really had to prove something, which he really did in his next fight, which was, who's the dude? The Marine guy. I forgot his name, man. Like, sometimes I forget the names, man. Herring. Yeah, Herring. And he did wonderful performance, man. It was like a totally different Shakur Stevenson when he fought Herring, and he proved the world what he can really do. That's kind of how I saw Berlanga's overall reaction, on the post-fight interview stuff. He you can tell in his voice, man. He wasn't really excited, and he felt he didn't perform as he should have. And if that's the thing, man, that's the fact of the matter here, man. I mean, you know, you can hit hard, you can knock a lot of guys out, but when you face a boxer, you know what I'm saying, you're going to need more tools in that belt. You know, this even goes back to, you know, Mike Tyson, you know, back in his career when he fought the guys that can box, you know, Lennox Lewis. I don't remember with Mike Tyson, you know, all the opponents he's fought, but he's fought quite a bit of them, you know what I'm saying? But Lennox Lewis sticks out. Evander Holyfield, obviously. You know, those guys, man, they know, you know, the fundamentals of the sport of boxing. They know the skills that they need, you know, to beat knockout punchers as they did against Mike Tyson. Same here, man. You know, Berlanga, and just generally speaking, you know, these knockout guys, I mean, you get a boxer in there who can really box, is really fluid, you know, fluent in boxing with footwork, with, you know, who understands well how to, you know, pick apart those power puncher guys, those knockout artist guys, or whatever they want to call them. You know, they'll win. They usually get the win on that, you know, on those fights. But with Berlanga, man, he's discovering that, and we're seeing that. I'm seeing it, you know. He's having a hard time against these boxers. So, you know, I don't know, man. He just really has to work on boxing more. He wasn't really throwing the jab much, man. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he was just looking for the power punch. I mean, these guys got to really learn and grow out of that. They got to grow out of that mentality of going and taking their opponent's heads off and just headhunting. You know, Berlanga was landing some nice shots against Rolls, but it was hard to catch him. He himself admitted it in the post-fight interview. You know, saying, you know, he said that Berlanga said that Rolls was fighting like he was scared. You know what I'm saying? But whether your opponent is fighting as if they're scared, using their footwork a lot, you got to learn how to cut off the ring. You got to learn how to jab. You got to learn how to punch your way on the inside and stop your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Debilitate your opponent and break them down. And you only do that by higher punch volume. That's another thing about Edgar Berlanga, man. He really has to work on the punch volume. If I'm not mistaken, around halfway through the fight, it looked like he was getting kind of tired too. Those are not good signs, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Especially at the point, you know, where Edgar Berlanga is in his career. What does he have, like 20 fights or something like that? I really don't know. I didn't check, but I don't remember the stats, his record. But he has enough fights. This is what I'm trying to say. He has enough fights where you shouldn't see that. You shouldn't be seeing. We're talking about professionals here, ladies and gentlemen. I know that, you know, we as fans out there and, you know, experts out there, whatever you want to call them, commentators, writers, whatever, they call them contenders, they call them prospects. The fact of the matter, you're a freaking pro, man. I mean, you know, you come from amateurs. A lot of these fighters, man, let's just be real here. A lot of these fighters, man, what they got, like 300, 200, you know, pro amateur fights. And then there's a reason why you go into pros, because you're considered a professional. Professionals shouldn't be having these types of problems, ladies and gentlemen. That's just my humble opinion. Pro fighters, man, they shouldn't be gassing out halfway through a fight. I've talked about this a long time ago. You know, like I said, I love to reference this series that we have when we talk about boxing then and now. You got to check out that playlist, man. It's on the channel. You know, go check it out. With the late, great, rest in peace to my guy, our brother, you know what I'm saying, Curtis Anderson. Love you, brother. I know he's resting up there, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Stormy B-Man, salute to the OG. Reggie Owens, my guy, you know. Wonderful, you know, treasures of boxing knowledge. You know, the panel, wonderful stuff. We had a great series. And in one of those episodes, man, we talked about that. About how these guys gas out. A lot of these guys gassing out halfway through the fight, man. You shouldn't be seeing that, especially in a fighter where you're seeing, you know, has 20 some odd fights already under his belt. It's like, man, you got to see. That's what I'm saying here. Edgar Berlanga, man, I'm not so sure how far he's going to get, you know, in the division. Now, when you consider 168 division, just generally speaking, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, we have Demetrius Andrade, who just moved up to 168. He's going to fight Parker, if I remember correctly. It was just announced the other day, you know. So, I mean, it seems like there's, I don't know, man. I wouldn't say that 168 is like the hottest division out there, but it's getting there. It's getting there. You got some names. You got Rocky Fielding, man. He's a warrior. You know what I'm just kidding, man. Hey, I got to respect everybody who gets in that ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to knock Rocky Fielding, but you know, you got I think Ryder. You know, Ryder's there, unless I'm thinking of 160. But yeah, 168 Ryder. I think Daniel Jacobs is there too. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Caleb Plant, blah, 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 yada, yada, Benavidez. Yeah, you already know names. Durrell, if I remember correctly, Caleb Plant, he's going to fight Durrell next, if I think that's his next fight. But you got some names. That's what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you got some decent names at 160. Obviously, Canelo. I'm not even gonna mention Canelo, man, because you know Berlanga, he's Canelo's on another galaxy right now. I'm not even gonna mention Canelo. I already did, but you know, it seems like everybody wants to mention Canelo when we talk about 168, and of course he's the undisputed champ. Respect to the champ, definitely. But I'm talking about in the terms of, that's what I'm saying here. We got to respect, you know, where these fighters are at. Like I'm talking about the terms of where Berlanga's at. That's what I'm trying to say. Exhaustify my point here. So you know, like what would be next for Berlanga? I think you got Hart. Unless that's 175. I think it's Jesse Hart, if I remember correctly. But, I mean, you got some names there where Berlanga, he's still going to have to work on his boxing, man. Because, you know, I don't know if he can make it to the top 5, man, soon. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here, man. That's what I'm trying to say here. It seems like the more he fights boxers, man, these boxers, he struggles with them. He looks lackluster. You know what I'm saying? And Top Rank, they're doing amazing and, you know, promoting these guys and prospects. We know the story, you know, and it's been said a gazillion of times that, you know, Top Rank does great in promoting, you know, up-and-comers and prospects, and then they got to leave Top Rank, which I agree with, but they're just doing it a little bit too much with Berlanga, man. I understand, you know, that's their job, promoters, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know the story, man. But, you know, Berlanga really has to work on his boxing. Because I don't even know if he can beat the top 5, man, when it comes to, you know, obviously he's not amongst the top 5. But soon, that's what I'm trying to say here. Like soon, I don't know if Berlanga could beat the top 5, man. You know. So what would be next for him? Who the heck knows? You know what I'm saying? At this point, I really don't know. Because that performance that he, you know, gave Saturday night against, you know, Rolls, I kind of expected him to come in and take out, you know, Rolls, kind of break him down methodically, you know, show more boxing. I expected that. I expected more boxing because I thought Berlanga was going to work on the more boxing on the boxing aspect, those fundamental tools, like I'm talking about earlier, the jab, you know, mix up the combos a little bit more, to learn how to cut off the ring, you know what I'm saying, rather than just going for your opponent's head. And it seemed like he was kind of doing that a lot, you know, kind of got frustrated in that fight, man. It looks like he got kind of frustrated, you know what I'm saying. And I expected him to do more boxing. Like I thought he was going to work more on that ever since he, you know, it looked like he kind of, yeah, I know he won convincingly against that Nicholson guy or whatever his name, I think it was Nicholson. But Nicholson was, you know, he was doing his, you know, using his boxing, and I mean, he got knocked down several times. But, you know, the point is that, you know, I think Berlanga is going to have problems with these boxers, man. Those more fundamental boxers. You know, what would be next for Edgar Berlanga, man? For namesake, maybe Daniel Jacobs. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, remember, and I've said this in my last, you know, post-fight reaction video concerning Jacobs and Ryder. You know what I'm saying? Jacobs looked bad. You know, I'm just gonna be straight up, and that's how I explained it in that video. Sloppy fight. Jacobs versus Ryder, horrible fight, man. I think that was just a sloppy clinch. Yeah, that was just a horrible fight, man. I didn't enjoy it, honestly. You know, reminded me. I know a lot of people talk about, yeah, Jack Catterall run. He got robbed. He won. He got robbed because Josh Taylor. They both fought sloppy. Both of them did. Horrible performance when you're talking about an undisputed bout. Fighting like that, that was sad. You know, check out my last video. I talked about that, said that. You know what I'm saying? Explained that. How sloppy that fight was. How hard to watch that fight was. Why am I saying all this? For namesake, man, Berlanga, I mean, they could put him up against, you know, Daniel Jacobs just to boost up Edgar Berlanga's name more. You know, but obviously, you know, Top Rank, y'all know the story. And with all these promoters, man, with all these promoters and teams, they just want to keep that O, you know what I'm saying? They want to keep that O to, you know, keep the image good there, whatever. You already know the story, man. Which I disagree with, but you know how it is, man. You know how it is. But I think it would be decent, man, to see Edgar Berlanga versus someone like Daniel Jacobs, you know. It would really boost his name up a little bit more. But the thing here is that I don't really remember in the rankings where Edgar Berlanga is. Probably around 11 or something like that in one of the rankings. I really don't know, but I don't think he's top 10. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's amongst the 6th in another sanctioning body. I just don't remember the sanctioning bodies and where he's ranked, but I think he's amongst the top 10. I just don't remember, you know what I'm saying? But I think, you know, Daniel Jacobs would be a nice name. You know, that would be a nice name against Edgar Berlanga. Would he be able to hang against Ryder? Because Ryder, y'all know the type of fighter he is. So, what do you guys think, man? Who should Edgar Berlanga fight next? It's kind of hard to say, you know what I'm saying? I think they'll give him more of a soft touch. You know, in my humble opinion, I think that Rolls was his toughest fight. You know, I mean, Rolls, he got some experience at least, you know what I'm saying? He has a reputable, He has a decent reputation concerning, his history. I fought Triple G, he got smashed by him, but as far as Berlanga's concerned, I think that was his toughest challenge. Fighting. I think it was Berlanga's toughest challenge, fighting Rolls. Would Daniel Jacobs be too much? Probably, man. But who knows, man? I'm just saying it for the namesake to boost, and give Edgar Berlanga a little bit more experience. You know what I'm saying? But he's been quite active, man. I give him that. I really don't know how many times he's been fighting, but he's been quite active. Like I said, time and time again, that these prospects are the ones who are showing up and showing out and doing what champs should do more. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I wish the best for Edgar Berlanga. I'm anticipating what's next for him, but I think it's going to be a small touch, man. I'm sorry, a soft touch. I personally think that Edgar Berlanga's next opponent is going to be a soft touch. But we'll see what's next for him, man. He definitely has to work more on the boxing. He really does, man. But, that's my take on Edgar Berlanga. Now, we'll go switch to the welterweight division. Blair the Flair Cobbs. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Fought against Alexis Rocha, if I remember correctly. Alexis Rocha, some time ago, he fought Rashidi Ellis, if I remember correctly. I think that's his only loss. I think Rocha's only loss is against Rashidi Ellis, if I remember correctly. If I messed the name up, sorry. I'm stuck with names sometimes. But, 147 welterweight division, same thing, man. Same thing here. It was a prospect night fight, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was the Zone or ESPN, whatever, right? It was prospect night fights. It was cool. It was cool because I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these prospects, man, they bring great performances. You know what happened here? I thought Blair the Flair Cobbs, I thought he was really going to bring it against Rocha, but Rocha's one tough cookie, man. I'm telling you, one loss doesn't define two losses. You already know the perspective here. Just a couple losses ain't going to define a fighter, and that, just because Rocha has a loss in his record didn't mean nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Rocha did wonderfully, patient. Had the guard up, fighting on the inside. One of those inside fighters, man. Power puncher, southpaw. Cobbs southpaw too. But I mean, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Rocha put a beating on Blair the Flair Cobbs before the fight. I thought Cobbs was gonna win. Honestly, I like Cobbs. I like what I've seen so far in the ring by Cobbs, and I personally thought that Cobbs can go in, box with the kind of awkward style that Cobbs has. I thought he was going to box out Rocha, possibly knock him out, but Rocha ain't no pushover at all, and he definitely showed it. And I think it's awesome how, what I'm saying, Rocha probably not a big known name or what have you. Cobbs probably was a little bit more known because of his whole flashy stuff, the woo stuff, the copying Ric Flair stuff, woo, you know what I'm saying, that crazy style, whatever. I thought Cobbs was going to win, but, boxing is boxing. This is what I love about it. Man. Rocha, he timed Cobbs round after round. First couple rounds is went the feel of it. I think in round 3, man, he just started putting a beating on dude. No, round 5. He really started putting a beating on Cobbs, man, catching him. Problem with Cobbs, man, on the inside, when they fight on the inside, man, Cobbs stays open. He keeps himself open, for the hooks on the inside. Bam! Straight lefts, beautiful stuff, man. It's beautiful straight lefts from Rocha. Landing power, crisp on Cobbs. It was a beautiful fight, man. Action-packed. Then I have to be. See what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Sometimes, it seems like lately I've been just focusing more on fights that aren't championship belts, and I get more excited over that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see wonderful performances in the ring, and we definitely saw that from Rocha, man. Cobbs got to get back to the drawing board. You know what I thought of this? It kind of resonates, Chris Colbert. I even forgot his opponent's name, man. All due respect, but Chris Colbert's the one who lost, and I forgot the winner's name. I'm sorry, but I did a post-fight reaction on that too. But it reminds me of that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how, with Cobbs, it doesn't matter how much you woo all day. It doesn't matter how crazy you look. It doesn't matter how many videos you push out there. It doesn't matter how many freaking, how much entertaining you are. It doesn't matter who your coach is in the corner sometimes either, man. You can have Freddie Roach, salute to the legendary coach, but you can have the best corner guy on your team, whatever, right? But the coach ain't gonna fight for you, It all depends on your skills, it all depends on your dedication, it all depends on that. And that's the thing I didn't like about, Cobbs, that he was sitting there getting pounded and he was just smiling away, smiling away. What are you smiling about? You're getting pounded, man. What's the game plan? What's plan B? What's plan C? What are you going to do now, man? You're going to sit there smiling and running around and getting smashed? And I loved how Roach, man, he maintained his focus. He maintained his composure. He caught him, timed him, round after round, smashing him. Round 8, if I'm not mistaken, towards the end of the round. I thought the ref was going to call it a TKO at the end of round 8. If I remember correctly, the fight was over at 9. I think he TKO. You know, I think the referee called it off at round 9. But round 8, end of the round, he was Rocha, man. Ain't no joke, man, for the welterweight division, man. I'm gonna have my eye on Rocha more, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my eye a lot more on him. I'm really intrigued on what's next for Rocha. You know, he was just punching Cobbs around in that ring, man. It was funny because, you know, Cobbs with that fro he has, you know, that curly hair fro type gig he has going on, it reminded me like of a rag doll getting pushed, or, you know, knocked around, his hair flinging around. Oh man, that's some funny stuff. But hey, man, salute to Cobbs though. Like I said, one loss ain't gonna define his life, you know what I'm saying, his career. He has a great future, you know what I'm saying? So he just has to get focused on a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Gotta focus more, stop getting so big-headed. You know, you start making some money, you start, you know, winning and being undefeated, and then sometimes it's, you know, that's what I think that's what happened with Chris Colbert. I think that's what, because if I remember correctly, Chris Colbert's, you know, his recent opponent was a last-minute replacement, whatever they call it, right? So, you know, I think Chris Colbert really got too cocky and confident, man. That's deadly for fighters, ladies and gentlemen. It's toxic. It doesn't matter. I reiterate. Don't matter how freaking famous you are. It doesn't matter. These underdogs are going to come in because they're more focused sometimes. A lot of these underdogs are more focused. They're hungrier. They don't care how many people you know. They don't care how much money you make. They're coming in to fight you, man. This is a fight. This ain't no freaking show, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and I like it how to see, you know, fighters get humbled sometimes, and that's life. Because I take that and I learn for myself too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these fighters sometimes they get cocky. They get you know, big-headed because the money they make in. They push all these photos like models with their Rolexes. That's great. More power to you. You know, make money. That's wonderful. But sometimes it just goes to their head too much. Somebody remind me there in the chat. I forgot his name, man. He was a prospect too, man. I forgot. I forgot what division, you know, because I never, you know, he's not really frequent in fighting anyway. He's not really active. But same thing. He came in overweight, like 11 pounds or something like that. I didn't even watch that fight, man. Whatever. You know, got big headed too, man. The money, the fame, you know, you just, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, it seems like Cobbs was the favorite, but Rocha got in there, man. He just rocked him. He rocked him, man. He rocked him. Same with Chris Colbert. Same thing, man. I just think that Cobbs is a little bit too cocky, a little bit too, you know, big-headed, man. You gotta stay humble in the sport. You gotta grind. I'm not saying that Cobbs didn't grind, but you cannot overlook your opponent. And that's just the beauty of boxing, man. Rocha got in there, man. The crowd was, you know, electrifying. The crowd brought it to. They were really entertained. Happened with Chocolatito versus Julio Cesar Martinez, man. I talked about that. The atmosphere was beautiful. Hey, DAZN delivered on that main event, definitely, man. They did. And you already know, I reiterate once more for the new subscribers, thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thanks so much for everybody who's supporting. I don't really care what platform, you know, what promotional company. I don't care. I don't rock for, you know, I'm not a big, you know, I'm not going to just defend PBC all day. I'm not going to defend Top Rank. I'm not going to defend just Golden Boy all day. I'm not those types. I just want to see good, great fights. You know what I'm saying? Great entertainment from top-notch athletes. That's what I'm here for, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you got to admit, DAZN delivered on that main event, man. They delivered on that main event. So I like what I'm seeing lately, you know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think, man? What's next for Rocha? You know, what's next for Rocha, man? Maybe Stanionis, maybe even a meme machine, you know what I'm saying? That would be interesting to watch. Rocha, man, he has some potential. He really does, man, you know what I'm saying? And the thing here is, like I said, like, you know, Cobbs, he can box, but, you know, he does keep himself quite open. I'm telling you, I got to reiterate that, man. That was kind of funny how, you know, Rocha, man, with those power punches on the inside and, you know, you know, Blair Cobb's head looked like a rag doll, you know what I'm saying, with his hair flinging around. Oh, it was fun stuff, you know what I'm saying? But big ups to Cobbs. He can fight too, you know what I'm saying? Cobbs was fighting back. You know, Cobbs gave his heart out in that ring too, you know what I'm saying? Respect to both. I enjoyed it. And what's next for Cobbs? Who knows, man? I really don't know where he's ranked, but I think he's top 15 if I remember. There's some sanctioned bodies out there, you know what I'm saying? But Rocha, I really don't remember either. But I would say, you know, nice, a good fight for Rocha next. Stanionis, maybe a meme machine, you know what I'm saying? You know, even maybe even Danny Garcia. No, I think he's higher in the rankings. But Danny Garcia, who the heck knows? And I really don't care where Danny Garcia is ranked. He ain't fighting anyway lately. You know, he ain't fighting anyway, so he's talking about going up to 154 and then, you know, maybe 1%. He doesn't even know what the heck he's going to do, you know, all due respect to Danny, but he hasn't fought in a long time either, so. you know, it is what it is. What do you guys think was next for Rocha? Who do you think should be next for Cobbs? They know for him, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, it was fun prospect night fight, you know, definitely, man. So thank God so much, man. Go ahead and comment in the comment section, Playback family, you know what I'm saying? Comment in the comment section. Go ahead and share it. We're gonna keep pushing it, you know what I'm saying? I've just been really busy lately, and I'm so sorry for my absences, you guys. Sorry for my absence, but I appreciate you because I know you guys are, you know, definitely still rocking with me. So thank God so much. Remember to share it up, man, and you know, subscribe if you're new, you know, to this platform. If you love the sport of boxing, this is a place for you. We're doing new things here, man. We ain't warring with other platforms. We ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no time to waste. My time's too valuable, and your time is too valuable to be warring with anybody else. We're just gonna talk about what we love, you know, and grow off of it. We love the sport of boxing. It's a beautiful sport, you know what I'm saying? So definitely go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I push my content. Man, Renee Box Young, I appreciate each and every one. You get the likes up, you know what it is. Peace out, fam. Stay safe.